Hi, guys. Welcome to this very first episode of Pioneering Paths. My name is Mabs, Mabs, short for Mavuto. I'll tell you what that means in later episodes. Um, but for this purpose, for now, imagine yourself being able to change the world one step at a time. Does that sound impossible to you? Think about that for a second, right? So, we're going to dive into the incredible power of small wins and how they can lead to big changes. I believe personally in this, right? And I'm going to show you just some anecdotal information about where I'm going with this, right? I want to start by sharing a personal story that marked a significant turning point in my life. Now, I found myself, like many, um, slipping into what I term autopilot mode, going through some motions without really living. Right, my life was trickling quickly into debt. I was losing any sense of direction or control, even though I could afford everything. Everything was seemingly normal. But I was stuck, just existing rather than truly living. Right? It was during this time, well into my 30s at this point, that I made a bold decision um, to enlist in the military. I was 37. I knew I needed to disrupt this stale routine and take control of my life. Enlisting was a drastic step. I get it, especially when you in your 30s. But it was exactly what I needed at the time to shake things up. Right. Although my military journey was cut short due to a medical issue, it turned out to be one of the best decisions I ever made. Right. Even though this enlistment was brief, the experience, right, the being out of boot camp, graduating from boot camp, the lessons from there, right, they were completely transformative. It snapped me out of my autopilot. It gave me a clear sense of what I wanted from life. I came out of it more clear eyed, more purposeful, and frankly more focused than ever before. Right. The small wins I accumulated during this time, whether it was completing a all the exercises, tough training, um, waking up with a sense of purpose, it set me on a path toward reclaiming control over my life, and that's what I wanted to emphasize today because sometimes we often try to go for big wins, but really small wins, like the ones I experienced during the military service, the essential building blocks of large achievements, right? Small wins are the essential building blocks of large achievements. So they create the momentum and the boost, you know. They add to the morale that you need, essentially making it, making achieving those larger goals seem more attainable. Research actually shows that small wins activate your brain's um, reward system, right, releasing dopamine, motivating us to continue on our path of progress. It is those little small wins that you know that you have to register along the way, and they make you realize and focus. You know, disrupting a stagnant life or building towards a massive goal. Small wins are what kept us moving forward, one step at a time. You know, let's look at some inspiring examples, for instance, of how small wins have led to monumental changes in this regard. One of these anecdotal examples I wanted to bring up is Walt Disney, right? Now, Walt Disney, everybody knows Walt Disney. Snow White, right? He built a massive studio complex by recruiting over 700 artists. His approach emphasized participatory leadership and small, consistent efforts to build, his entertainment empire. Every small step in that direction contributed to the global phenomenon we know today. Right? Mother Teresa comes to mind. She began her her mission by teaching underprivileged kids using sticks in the mud, as writing tools. This small act of kindness grew into a global network of hospices, hospitals, orphanages, impacting countless lives along the way. Her journey started with one small selfless act and grew from there, right? Nelson Mandela, for instance, it has been reported that during a plane flight, Mandela's calm demeanor during severe engine failure reassured everyone on board. I can't think of where this was reported, but this small act of courage and composure in a crisis exemplified leadership that inspires and brings hope. His life was filled with small such acts that collectively led to significant social change, right? So now it's your turn. I encourage you to start your journey with a small, achievable goal, right? Whether it's reading a book one page at a time, one page a day, right? I never used to be a reader, right? But over time, I've become a reader of books. So one page a day will count. Walking for 10 minutes, learning a new word daily. These are small wins that can lead to significant changes over time. Remember, every great achievement starts with a single step, right? So, essentially, that's what I wanted to bring to you today. And thank you for tuning in to our first episode of Pioneering Paths. I'm excited to see where this incredible channel goes. What changes will you and I together will bring. Share your small wins with us. Comment, like, hashtag. Right? Remember, every great achievement starts with a single step. And what is your first step today? What is your first step? Until next time, see ya.